Enotria imports and distributes wines throughout the UK to predominantly on-trade customers, hotels, restaurants, wine bars.
We have about 20 warehouse staff dealing with in the region of 20 to 30 vans per day, which will deliver to 200, 250 outlets per day.
Our annual turnover is nearing 40 million a year, and we deal direct with supermarkets where we do about 2.5 million cases a year. With the old computer system, a lot of what we did was manual processing.
They had a system which they couldn't rely upon, which they were always having to double check any single piece of information. Every part of the business was in effect done twice.
Having looked for nearly 2 years to find the right software to take Enotria into the future, we were very excited when we found TVision. We must have looked cursorily at about 50 solutions and in detail at about 10. There was so big a difference between TVision and everything else we'd seen. Scoring would have been completely irrelevant because there were basic business issues that could not be addressed by the other solutions that we were looking at that were easily addressed by TVision, as if, what's your problem? Of course we can do that.
I've been involved in a lot of system migrations over the years in my career, and I would say this is the smoothest I've been involved with.
One of the biggest changes for everyone with the TVision system is that prior to that we had a culture where if you wanted some information you went to an IT department and asked them to produce you a report, which obviously could take days. Now everyone has found a new independence. They've developed their own skills at producing reports and printing reports.
They fax directly from the software, send emails directly from the software. They can deal with their customers, proactively on the phone.
We've found cash flow has improved because of the credit control side of the software, but also because the inquiries are dealt with quicker. Customers pay their checks quicker.
They have both a bonded area and a duty paid area. So from a cash flow point of view, they keep as much of the stock as they can in the bonded area, but the system actually automatically calculates when an order is placed that will mean that they've got to replenish from the bonded side into the duty paid side.
We know at the time of processing an order exactly what stock is coming in, when it's due. All the information that previously we had no access to is now there in front of us.
I think the most important thing to me about the system that we have now is it's easy to use because everyone knows how to use Windows. Whereas with the old system, maybe 2 of us were fluent at it. Now 5, 6 people use it around the warehouse. Other warehouse staff no longer need to wait for me to find things for them. They can do it themselves. On
previous systems I've known, particularly the one we had before this, it's very, very difficult to get any modifications made. It takes a long time, a lot of effort, and quite often it's easier to find a manual workaround than go through the pain of trying to modify the software. With TVision, the software changes are so quick, so easy, it's a completely different environment. The most important thing about the partner is knowledge and understanding of your business. They're never going to know wine the way we know wine, but they know the way our business works as well as we do.
They understand the business, they understand the people and the culture. There's trust on both sides, and they obviously have very good technical capabilities. They know their product extremely well and can give business advice, based on the software.
Once the software's in and working, business is a dynamic thing. So 6 months afterwards, 9 months afterwards, Enotria has changed the way it does business in certain areas. Traditionally speaking, at that point in time, software that you'd implemented would start to diverge from the actual business process. With TVision, we're continually making small changes to make sure that we keep the functionality as closely in line with their business processes as possible. One of the reasons why Enotria bought TVision in the first place is this concept of being able to extend it out into other areas of the business. So at the moment we've got EDI integration with the large supermarkets. There's a web integration project that we're working on. There's a product information database that we're working on.
We're rolling out wireless laptops to the sales reps so they can, in front of a customer, look at information, display product information.
There's a commitment from Microsoft to make sure there's support right the way through to 2012. But actually, fundamentally, from a business point of view, they know that as their business changes day by day, month by month, the software will continually change to reflect their business needs.
Prior to my experiences with TVision, you always look for 5 years. I can see 5 years going very, very quickly with TVision and continuing to go from strength to strength. There's absolutely no need, no reason, no business reason at all to change it in the foreseeable future.
The computer system just runs itself. It's just there, it just works. So we can all focus on running the business.
On the first working day of the new month, we all have our management reports and Salesforce all have their sales reports on the first working day. This has never before been known at Enotria.
TVision is here to stay.